Good morning, students. Welcome to the online session of Social Studies. Hope all are fine and having nice time with family members. Now, let's begin our today's session. A totally new experience of online teaching, isn't it? I'm sure you all must be enjoying a lot. Today, we will learn about our traditional handicraft and fine arts. Before we start, let me tell you what is handicraft and fine arts. Handicraft is an activity involving the making of decorative, domestic, or other objects by hand, as for example, clay work, weaving, embroidery, etc. Fine arts means creative art, especially visual art, whose products are to be appreciated for their imaginative, aesthetic, or intellectual content. Example, drawing, painting, sculpture, etc. Students, there are 64 arts in our ancient literature. For example, dramatic art, various dance forms, workmanship, skills, handicraft, etc. Our ancient currencies were also valuable. Prosperity of India was main attraction for visitors to attack India. Today, the education of yoga has also been considered as a part of cultural heritage, and this has been accepted by the world, and this was pioneered by India. Consequently, 21st June is celebrated as the World Yoga Day worldwide. Students, lesson number 2, Cultural Heritage of India, Traditional Handicraft and Fine Arts. It explains about the art of Indian artisans. This chapter carries a weightage of 5 marks. I repeat, weightage of 5 marks in your board exams. Definition of cultural heritage from this chapter is also very important. So, pay attention. We all know that India is a country of rich cultural heritage. It includes materialistic and genetical heritage. Now, how to differentiate between these two heritage? When a child inherits physical and mental characteristics from the parents by birth, it is known as genetic inheritance. I repeat, when a child inherits physical and mental characteristics from the parents by birth, it is known as genetic inheritance. Whereas house, land, properties obtained from ancestors, these are called as material heritage. Similarly, whatever man obtains or creates with his intellect and skill is called cultural heritage. So I am repeating again the definition of cultural heritage. Whatever man obtains or creates with his intellect and skill is called as cultural heritage. Examples: traditions, customs, rituals, special types of lifestyle adopted by our ancestors, all are cultural heritage. In addition, education, farming, trade, rules and regulations for daily life, festival, entertainment, art and handicrafts, all are also included in cultural heritage. India, being an ancient country of the world, has its best tradition, social values, principles, customs, and family system. So, it is our duty to preserve our cultural heritage. Today we will be covering the topics Art of Indian Artisans. In that we will cover clay work, weaving, embroidery, leather industry, beadwork, metal work, wooden art, inlay work, akik work, painting, and in fine arts today we will complete music. So let's study in detail one by one. The beauty of Indian cultural heritage is lying in traditional art of its artisans. They have skillfully developed varied lifestyle of people through their remarkable art and handicraft industry with their unique identity in India. Art clay work. Man and clay have been closely associated since ancient time. Before the invention of metal, clay things were used. Toys, pots, pitchers, earthen lamps, clay stove, clay wares were made by the potters to store grains, milk, ghee, curd and buttermilk. Maximum kitchenwares were made up of clay. The walls of the houses, cubas, that is huts, were plastered by the paste of cow dung and clay. During the excavation of Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, we got many of the things which belonged to the industry of the clay work. In present time also we can see many of the pitchers that is used during Navratri made up of clay only. India was famous for producing the baked utensils of baked clays as well as unbaked clay. This is known by seeing remains of old and handmade clay utensils found from Nagarjun Kunda in South India and Laganj in the Mehsana district. Art of weaving. The art of making long threads using small piece of cotton from cotton balls and joining them together is called the art of spinning. I repeat, the art of making long threads using small pieces of cotton from cotton balls and joining them together is called the art of spinning. We all know that Gandhiji has given it a special importance as a cottage industry and joined with the Swadeshi movement also. In this we are going to study about hand weaving. Since ancient time, India is known for its textile. It is well known that the whole piece of cloth of a particular size of fine muslin of Dhaka could easily pass through a ring and could be adjusted in a matchbox. Galicha, that is the carpet of several regions, knitting work on arteries occupied a prominent place. Patola of Patan, Kanjivaram, Banarsi saris, Bandhani of Rajasthan are unique identity of India. During the golden period of Solanki era, Gujarat had progressed in this field. During the reign of Siddharaj Jaisingh, many weavers came and settled in Patan. The Patolas of Patan became world famous due to their skills. This art of Patan is more than 850 years old. The silkware that is known as the beaver. Ikt means weaving. This type of sari is designed in such a manner that it can be worn on either side. This type of patola variety has a good durability and its original colors remain intact. This question is important for your board exam also, and many times it has been asked, explain the patolas of Patan. So you have to explain from the time of the golden period of Solanki era, what is the meaning of Ikth and what is the speciality about the Patola saris. Art of embroidery. The work of embroidery can be seen on the clothes of the idols and statues which were found during the excavation of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The art of weaving on the clothes of men, women, and children is very famous from ancient times. The art of embroidery was also seen on the clothes of men, women, and children in Sindh, Saurashtra, and Kutch region of Gujarat at the time of the Indus Valley civilization. Apart from embroidery, Bandhani of Jamnagar, Jetpur, Bhuj, and Mandvi of Gujarat are very popular. I repeat, because one mark question can be asked that name the places which is famous as the art of embroidery. I am repeating, Bandhani of Jamnagar, Jetpur, Bhuj, and Mandvi of Gujarat are very popular for the art of embroidery. The traditional style of Bandhani, with all its luster and due to the beautiful designs of elephant, puppet, dice, and picture, is also very popular today. Again, this question for 1 mark is very important, that name the geometrical figures on the traditional style of Bandhani. The beautiful designs we find in Bandhani is elephant, puppet, dice, and picture. Cottage industry was taken over by the women of Kutch and Saurashtra region of Gujarat. The traditional art of embroidery, torans, pillow cover, bed sheets, todalia, clothes like khedia is well known even today. Embroidery work is also carried out on shawls and quilt with different designs. Embroidery work of Jat community of Banni area of Kutch is unique in itself. Let us study about leather industry. Skin of dead animals was used for various purposes in ancient India. After the death of animal, its skin was processed in a traditional manner. Leather was prominently used for making masak. What is masak? A leather bag for fetching water. So from leather, masak was very popular. Apart from that, drum, dholak, tabla, musical instruments, and the bellows used by the blacksmiths and various types of footwear, leather belts to tie animal, etc., is also prepared from the leather. Leather industry has a prominent place in ancient India. Well knitted mosari of Rajasthan, shoes, leather knitted purses, belts, and other things made out of leather of horse and camel like saj, palan, lagam, and whip are very, very useful. Diamond, beadwork and enamel work. India has 7517 km long coastal line surrounding all 3 directions, east, west, and south. So, diamonds and beads are available in plenty. There has been a wide use of gems and diamonds since ancient times. Trade of diamonds and beads was carried out through sea routes with different countries across the sea. Diamond-studded ornaments have been in a great demand in foreign countries since long. The world-famous diamonds like Kohinoor and Great Mughal were found from India only. As Indians are fond of diamond and beaded ornaments, variety is found in great deal. Earlier, Rich and royal people used to wear diamond jewelry apart from gold ornaments. Now, the diamond is used widely amongst the people in India. Now, diamonds, rubies, beads, emerald, and topaz were used to adorn and beautify the thrones and crowns and jewelry like bracelet and garland, etc., of kings. Beadwork is also found prominent in Gujarat. The beautiful bead work we find in torans, door grills, traditional wall piece, decorative coconut used at the time of marriage ceremonies, and also we can see the animals, as for example the bullocks. It is a modia, a net which covers the mouth of a bullock and horns. Hand fans, etc., are knitted in a unique artistic way. Jari work. Jari work is seen in India since ancient time. Golden and silver threads are woven with clothes, and embroidery is done with gold and silver threads to decorate the clothes. Surat is a prominent place for jari work. Knitting and embroidery of Jardoshi work have a unique beauty. Even artisans of Surat could make beautiful dresses like sari, panetar, gharchola, etc., bordered with jari if needed. Now, jari work, as I said, gold and silver threads is used to decorate the clothes, but presently it is not the gold and silver threads, but it is the artificial thread of silver and gold used for Jardoshi work. Let us begin with metal work. Metal work is also a very old form of an art of India. Metal Age began and developed after Stone Age. The artisans of Lothal made different weapons like sickle, drill, and needle, etc., with copper and bronze. Moreover, they also prepared utensils, ideals, and pots. Arms and ammunition for wars were made up of metal. Gold and silver were used for making ornaments. I repeat, gold and silver were used for making ornaments, whereas copper, brass, and bronze were used to make utensils and idols. Iron was used to make instruments and weapons. Art. Man, trees, and forest are closely associated with each other. Initially, wood was only used as firewood. Later on, it was used for making weapons, construction of buildings, and other various construction work. Gradually, wood was used for different purposes also, as for example, for toys for children, wooden pillars, windows and doors, chairs and grills. In this way, wood carving was developed. Wooden furniture like swings and toys of Idar and Sankheda in Gujarat are very famous. Inlay work. India has been a leading country in jewellery since ancient times. Enamel or inlay work like rings, bangles, earrings, keychain and chains were made by the experts. What is inlay? Inlay means the artistic skill of inlaying the bright colors like red, green and blue in silver and gold ornaments. Artisans of inlay work are found from Delhi, Lucknow, Varanasi, Hyderabad. Kings, emperors, Rulers and royal people of that time used to wear ornaments as necklace, bracelet, ring, nose ring, etc. In those times, it was studded with precious gems like diamonds, pearls, rubies, etc. Artisans were expert in the work of inlay art. Bikaner area of Rajasthan is also very popular for inlay ornaments. Akik work. Akik is a kind of precious stone specially found in valley areas of the river. It is chiefly chalcedonic mixed with silica blue or white stone. Carnelian, I repeat, carnelian is a main stone with semi-transparent quality and beautiful red in color. What is carnelian stone? A translucent variety of quartz of various colors and waxy luster is known as a carnelian stone. And what is quartz? Quartz is a hard mineral consisting of silica found in the igneous metamorphic rocks. It is white or colorless stone. In Gujarat, various precious stones are available in big and small size at Ahmedabad, Ranpur and Surat. All these stones are sent to Khambat to mold into various beautiful ornaments with various designs. Beads and garland of stones are prepared by them. Now study our last topic, painting. Painting is an art which can be expressed through lines and colors. The aim of this art is to express emotions by imitating the animate and inanimate objects. That means living and non-living objects of nature through lines and colors. We have evidence of Indian art of painting from the remains of 5,000 years old Harappan culture. Various models of painting have been found out many times by the archaeological department during excavation work. We have traces of the pictures of animals and birds in the cave painting of Bhimbhetka in Madhya Pradesh. People used to draw geometrical designs and sketches of elephant, rhinoceros, deer are the most notable among them. The paintings of the Ajanta Ellora caves are also world famous. Drawing the sketches of swastik, Pichar, Ganesha at the time of festivals and celebration is an old tradition of India. Rangoli making is also a very old tradition in some of the regions of India. India, being an ancient country of the world, has its best traditions, social values, dogma, customs and family system. So it is our duty to preserve our cultural heritage. I repeat, India being an ancient country of the world has its best traditions, social values, principles, customs and family system. So it is our duty to preserve our cultural heritage. Let's have a quick revision and learn about the various handicrafts of India. Clay work. Man and clay have been closely associated since ancient time. Before the invention of metal, things were made of clay. Example, toys, pots, pitchers, earthen lamps, claywares to store grains. Cubas, that are the huts, were plastered by the paste of cow dung and clay. The walls of the houses were also plastered. Clay utensils of red color that belonged to Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Harappan culture of ancient time was used. Potter's wheel is considered to be the best device for clay work. I repeat, potter's wheel is considered to be the best device for clay work. In present days, we find pitcher having holes during Navratri and earthen lamp used during Diwali. India was famous for baked as well as unbaked clay, that is terracotta, since ancient times. Remains we can see from the Nagarjun Kunda in Andhra Pradesh and Laganis in the Mehsana district of Gujarat. Weaving, the art of making long threads using small pieces of cotton from cotton balls and joining them together is called as weaving. Example of hand weaving is muslin cloth, carpets, patola of Patan, Kanjivaram, Banarasi saris, Bandhani of Rajasthan are unique in its style. Patolas of Patan. During the reign of Siddharaj Jaisingh, many artisans, weavers came and settled in Patan. This art of Patan is 850 years old. The silkware, it is also known as silkware, silk cloth. It is known here as Bevat Ikt. Ikt means weaving. Is produced in Patan and it's called as Patola of Patan. What is the speciality of this? It can be worn on either side, on both sides. It has a good durability and its original colors remains intact. There is a saying, patolas shall never fade even if the cloth may be torn. Embroidery. The art of embroidery is world famous. Idols and statues, men, women and children in Sindh, Saurashtra, Kutch region and during the excavation of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, we had seen the good embroidery work. From Kashmir, the Kashmiri Kasab work is well known. Bandhani of Jamnagar, Jodhpur and Mandvi of Gujarat are very popular. Designs of elephant, puppet, dice and pitcher is very popular even today in Bandhani dresses. Embroidery work of Jat community of Bani area of Kutch is unique in style. Examples of traditional art of embroidery are torans, pillow cover, bed sheets, khedia, quilt and shawls with different designs. Leather industry. The dead skin of animals after processing in a traditional manner was used for various purposes in ancient and present days in India. For example, masak. What is masak? A leather bag for fetching water. Even musical instruments like khos, drum, dholak and tabla where we use leather. Bellows used by the blacksmiths and various types of footwear, leather belts, shield during wars, all are made of leather. Now what is bellow? What is bellow? Bellow is a device with an air bag that emits a stream of air when squeezed together with two handles used for blowing air into fire. And blacksmiths, they used bellows. Who are the blacksmiths? A person who makes and repairs things of iron objects. They are known as the blacksmiths. Mojdi of Rajasthan is very famous. Saj, palan, lagam and whip is also made of leather. Now what is saj, palam, lagam and whip? Now saj is the decorative cloth which is put on the animals. Palan is the sitting arrangement like a chair put on the animals and lagam and the whip are the accessories used for taming the animals. Diamond and bead work. There has been wide use of gems and diamonds in ancient times. Trade was done through sea routes with different countries across India. The world famous Kohinoor and Great Mughal were found from India only. Jewelry like bracelet and garland etc. are made of diamonds, rubies, beads, emerald, topaz etc. It was used to adorn and beautify the thrones and crowns of the kings and the queens. In Gujarat, torans, door grills, traditional wall pieces, and decorative coconut and hand fans were made of diamonds and beadwork. Jari work. Weaving done with gold and silver threads to decorate the cloth is known as jari work. Most popular is Jardoshi work. Artisans of Surat are famous for Jardoshi work. Example, Panetar and Gharchola saris. Metal work. Artisans of Lothal made different weapons like sickle, drill, needle with copper and bronze. They also prepared utensils, pots and idols, arms and ammunition for wars of metals. Gold and silver were used for making ornaments. Copper, brass and bronze were used to make utensils and idols. Wooden art. Man, trees and forest are closely associated. Initially, wood was used as a fire purposes only. Wood later on for making weapons, construction of buildings, etc. were used. Gradually, wood was used as making idols, toys, wooden pillars, windows, doors, thrones, chairs, grills, etc. In this way, wood carving was developed. In Gujarat, furniture like swings and toys are found in Idar, and Sankheda furnitures are very famous. Inlay work. Inlay or enamel work means the artistic skill of inlaying the bright colors like red, green and blue in the gold silver ornaments, as for example bangles, rings, earrings, chains, etc. Inlay work is considered to be very ancient art of India. During ancient times, precious stones like diamonds, pearls, rubies, etc. were studied in the ornaments. Expert artisans were seen in Jaipur, Bikaner, Delhi, Lucknow, Varanasi and Hyderabad of inlay work. Akik work. Akik is a kind of precious stone found in valley areas of the river. It is chalcedonic, a translucent variety of quartz of various colors and waxy luster, mixed with silica blue or white stone. Carnelian is the main stone with semi-transparent quality and a beautiful red color used for stone for akik work. In Gujarat, precious stones are available in big and small size at Ahmedabad, Ranpur and Surat. These stones are sent to Khambhat to mold into ornaments, for example, beads and garlands. Painting. Painting is an art which can be expressed through lines and colors. The aim of this art is to express emotions by imitating, copying the animate and inanimate objects of nature, the living and non-living objects of nature through lines and colors. Evidence of Indian art of painting is found from the remains of 5,000 years old Harappan culture. Traces of Stone Age at Bhimbhetka, Madhya Pradesh is also found in the paintings. Paintings of animals and birds in the form of cave painting can be seen. People used to draw geometrical designs and sketches like elephant, rhinoceros, deer in the paintings. Ajanta Ellora caves, drawing the sketches of swastik, pictures, Ganesha at the time of festival and celebration is an old tradition of India. Rangoli making is also very old tradition in some of the regions of India. We have completed our today's session and learned about some of the traditional handicrafts of India. I hope the concepts taught is clear. For your better understanding, watch the slides attached carefully. Revise your lesson well and complete your home assignment. Take care, goodbye and thank you.